Hey y'all, Camille here with the Capitol Report. I have an urgent notice concerning 3 items that severely impact the oil and gas industry. First, last Thursday, at the instruction of the governor, the Secretary of the Louisiana Department of Natural Resources, Thomas Harris, intervened in 39 coastal damage lawsuits that have been filed by Plaquemine, Jefferson, and Cameron parishes. We are working very hard to figure out what this will exactly mean for our industry, and we will keep you updated every step of the way. Second, as many of you may be aware, the state of Louisiana's Mineral Board has been in the process of modifying its oil, gas, and mineral lease form that it uses to lease to industry state-owned water bottoms. They have come to the decision that once you have a state lease, that you will always be liable for a future obligation, even after assignment. Finally, to top both of these off, the governor, John Bell Edwards, was present at the Oil and Gas Industry Day lunch last Tuesday. There, in reference to the special session, he exclaimed,
"We didn't do anything directly targeting oil and gas companies for revenue." And that's part of being a good partner and understanding that even though I'm calling for shared sacrifice, there are some places where it just isn't appropriate to go, and that's one of them.
Despite this proclamation, we are hearing from a lot of our members about how severely the direct tax increases are beginning to impact our industry, such as tax increases on items sold offshore, labor, materials, and supplies used in the repair of equipment, and the items that come in from offshore to be repaired. Please call our office with any questions you might have, or contact the Department of Revenue directly at 855-307-3893. We are continuing to work with the department to understand the full impact of the recently imposed tax increases. While these are on a case-by-case basis, this increase in taxes has already put our state at a serious competitive disadvantage to other states that can continue to conduct tax-free transactions. Alright, now we can get to what happened specifically at the Capitol. Let's jump right to the Senate Natural Resources Committee meeting last Thursday. 4 bills were up on the agenda to be discussed by Senator Ale. Senate Bills 165, 371, 425, and 427 all generally deal with the Orphan Well program and some aspect of financial security. You can find the full text of these bills at the bill monitoring portion of our Capitol Resources page if you would like to do a little more research. Or please feel free to call and we can talk about them further. Just to give you a brief overview of what happened during committee, Don Briggs, our president, gave testimony on Senate Bill 425 to discuss his concerns on fees for an already struggling industry. Then, our Vice President, Gifford Briggs, gave testimony on our concerns with Senate Bill 427. Senate Bills 425 and 165 were eventually reported favorably from committee and will now go to the Senate floor for full consideration. Senate Bill 427 was voluntarily deferred to be discussed further next week. And although it was on the agenda, Senate Bill 371 was actually not discussed, but will be brought up at a later date. Looking forward, this week, the House Natural Resource Committee will be looking at a very important bill package focused on water. We'll make sure to keep you updated on those. On a lighter note, Oil and Gas Industry Day at the Capitol was a hit. We had multiple congressional candidates speak to our group, as well as our LOGA chairman, Brian Hanks, who did a fantastic job addressing the crowd. Your industry was very well represented at the Capitol that day, and our concerns were heard. In closing, while my overall message might seem rather dismal, I wanted to leave you with a positive message from Representative Blake Miguez. He wanted to remind us that tough times never last, but tough people do. So hang in there, my friends. Don't forget, as we continue this year's regular session, make sure you keep an eye out for news on the oil and gas industry and the 2016 legislative session right here. And please continue to share this video with your colleagues and friends. Until next time, this is Camille Ivy-O'Donnell with LOGA TV.